here, it's kind of like a curved triangle, okay? Right there is where I'm going to go. I'm going to go with some shadow. If I wanted to do the opposite and put highlight in there, it's going to make my eyes look farther apart. Okay, we're going to sink them in and make them look a little hollow. Okay, look at that one. Just okay, I'll tell you one thing that I just did. So I've got, I want to be consistent with how much makeup I put on my brush. If I just dig in there and I just get a thick amount of makeup and I put it on my face, it's going to be really dark. I want it to be consistent throughout. Like my definition line, I want to be a little darker than the area where I blend out. But I want it to have an overall consistency. If I were to just put thick makeup on him, it would look strange, right, in comparison to everything we've already done. So when you do that, sometimes it's easy if you have like your hand or a piece of towel to wipe that on there. If you think, oh, I grabbed too much makeup. For example, when I just put this on here, I think I have just a little too much makeup for what my eye sees. I should have swapped it off in comparison to the rest of the face. Okay, so that's just something to think about. Yeah.
Could you, if you do that, just blend it in a little bit?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course, you can just dab it.
Okay.
And it'll go away. But it's something some of you, being new makeup artists for yourself, might have a little bit more of an extreme amount on your brush. Okay, that happens sometimes. All right, so we can start. Let's do it on the other side so we can tell.
You should keep this makeup on all day, and then tomorrow tell people that you're Benjamin Buttoning.
See if you can get a senior discount. I want to do that. Let's do it.
We're going to go out to lunch, and we're going to...
I can't wear this because that just looks weird. Oh, lady. Oh!
Tell them you want your prime rib pureed. Can you blend it for me?
Really? How good was the good makeup and how young did it look? Because I might give it to him just for being creative.
Another thing that I like about doing old age makeup is that you can usually blend almost all of it with your brush. That's a cool thing. Okay, so we're not done with the eyes yet, of course. Sam's got these cool little lines. I have a whole bunch of them when I smile. Yeah, I have a whole bunch of these little lines. Well, you can pronounce them same way that you've done all the other things. It just depends on how extreme you want to go.
So late teen, early 20s, trying to age themselves by, say, 10, 15 years, would you want to only pronounce, say, every other or every third line that you might see somewhere on your face?
Yes.
As opposed to every line, because every line would age you
Right.
completely?
You Can't Take It With You is a good example. We're doing a college-based production. We have a few community members that are different ages, but for the most part, college-age production is, 20s.
Right.
Right? Playing all different ages. So like
Because Sam's grandpa,
this
right?
Sam over here is going to be grandpa, so he's going to be a lot more aged. This Sam is playing Depina, so he's going to be middle-aged. Okay, so they're going to play different levels of character makeup. And then there's some of you, like Ben is playing Ed Carmichael. He's not going to be aging at all. Okay, so he's playing more of his age. Same with Justin here. So the answer to that is studying a little bit of your own face and looking at other visuals of that age that you're going to play. It's not that hard, but that's all it takes to do it, okay? And so someone who is playing, late 40s, early 50s, it's way too much, way too far. But if we wanted to do that, we would have just a little under the eyes. We'd have just a little more pronouncement here. We'd have a little bit in the hollow cheek here. We'd have just a little bit here, depending on how you want to play them. If you want to play them like more narrow or more stout. Good question. Okay, so we've got a couple of lines here, right? We could go further. We could do see how just that is different? This is less aged, bigger. It's more simplistic. The other side is much more aged. So we could. Does that help?
Yes.
Maybe I should do like a middle aged. Okay. Oh, I didn't do your highlight. And it obviously goes a little, if you're like trying to do this in a quick manner, it goes quick if you do all of your shadow and then all of your highlight. But this way is you can get a better understanding, I think, at the beginning. Okay, so for these little lines, I just want to put a little bit of highlight next to them. Doesn't need to be much, but you see how it sets the wrinkle in?
Wow. It's interesting that this is so much more detail oriented as opposed to what we've already done so far, where it's been a little more broad, or at least seems to have been a bit more broad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've been doing more just basic makeup. This is where the class gets really fun. Okay. Now let's go right up here, because this is really prominent, especially on men. So scrunch your face. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Oh, that wasn't a shadow.
Feel free to look at yourself, see what we're doing.
Wrinkle your face, and you'll see what we saw.
Yeah, go like this.
I already know how to.
Okay, so we've got one line.
One.
Who scrunches their face and doesn't have any lines?
Me!
Let's see.
See? You be scratching my face.
You're smiling.
Ah!
No, like you're glaring.
No,
You've
together.
got some
Bring the
lines
eyebrows
right there.
together.
Yeah, you can go right above the eye.
Like this.
Really? Oh yeah, I have those.
Remember
Yeah.
small face.
Forehead.
Big face, small face.
Nothing.
Go like this.
It's frustrating.
Okay, so actually Sam over here, he doesn't have that many either. Do that again. So he's just got these two lines here. Okay? It's important though to check on your own facial structure before you just go, oh yeah, Sarah did this, so I'm going to do that.
The lines.
Might be slightly different on your own face. Okay?
Any lines.
Me either.
Yes, you do. Don't listen to him over there. Okay, so do this again. Okay, so he's got this awesome line right here. We're definitely going to capitalize on. Okay, I put my definition line in there. I don't want to just leave it as a line. I want to pull out my shadow a little bit.
On a line like that, that's pretty much vertical. Where would you put the highlight?
Good question.
the areas around it.
Pick a side.
We worked on this with several of you on your chin the other day. Okay, go ahead and relax. Okay, so we still have a definition line in there. You can see that, and then we've pulled just a little bit of shadow out of it. Then where did we put the highlight? Stay there. Okay, then we're going to come up here. And can you see it's a different line than this line. We want it to blend, kind of like we've been working on your basic cheek shadow. We don't want there to be line, 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 right? We want there to be a blended highlight shadow. That's what this line is. Different than this one, different than this one. Okay, so
It looks a lot softer.
it is, there's no hard and fast line between the highlight and the shadow. Okay? Now if we wanted to, which I think I'm going to do, some people, do I have them? I have them kind of. Well, I have a whole bunch of lines, but I can see these lines here. Do your face. Yours are similar to mine. Do yours. Similar. Yeah, yours are. Okay, Lakota has a good example. So right here, he's got this